Is it normal for a football club to make one consider turning to drugs and alcohol in times of absolute abhorrence? I'm going to turn into Pete Doherty at this rate. We're talking about the 2000 to probably around the 2010 Pete Doherty. And even after that, I reckon he's still on some kind of dodgy substances. The man is literally like a human, shall we say, rat in a maze. He's a human, experimental subject. He's taken every single illegal substance on the face of the earth. Mind you, which celebrity hasn't? I'm seriously starting to turn into him. In fact, I think the transformation's already started. Because of West Ham United Football Club being inept. Oh, what became of West Ham? Oh, what happened to this club? It's a shame. Oh, can't stand him now, can't stand him now. I can't stand that ginger prick manager. I can't stand him now, I can't stand it now. I can't stand him now, can't stand me now. I'd like to add a further disclaimer that I don't condone, nor do I ever use myself any illegal substances, especially not hard drugs. But the message I'm getting across is that West Ham United's defeat to Everton has made it yet another loss for West Ham, and things are deeply concerning to the point where, you just feel very down about it. It finished West Ham United 0, Everton 1 at the London Stadium, and let's be quite honest, it's worrying. Am I worried right now? Yes, I am. I'm worried about the way the season could be going because we started off against all the big guns firing out there, all guns blazing, got a load of good results, and we were starting to say this team looks good. And the last 3 games, there's been nothing there to suggest to me that this team looks good. It's just like last season all over again. And when you look at the backroom staff as well, it could be seen as last season all over again. Look at what happened with Mark Warburton. Last season, he was blamed for the style of football we played being mediocre. We've got John Heitinger in right now. I don't even know what this guy does for the club. Just because he had Kudus and Alvarez, while Heitinger was a coach at Ajax, does that mean that he can help West Ham? Doesn't seem to be doing anything, does he? It's a trickle-down effect from the staff to the players. And if it means the manager's going to continue his arrogance, then questions are going to be asked again. It could potentially make it 5 losses in a row come Sunday. That's what scares me. It scares me that we could be like, Tom Petty. But the John Mayer version was better, where we're free falling down. Because we are at this rate. Again, in the Everton game, we showed nothing that was inspiring, nothing that was creative, and nothing that was fun to watch. It's one of the most boring games I think I've ever witnessed. Just absolute nothingness from start to finish. Kudus finally got freed from his prison that is the bench, and he started in the game. David Moyes put out a good team. Emerson was suspended, Cresswell had to start. Souček was dropped to the bench. The first 20 minutes were a lot better than the entire Olympiacos game. The first 20 minutes, West Ham was at it. It was just very slow, though. Kudus was excellent at keeping the ball. Paqueta mugged off a few players with skill and got to Bowen. And Bowen fired a shot hellishly off target, which he didn't need to. Jarrad Branthwaite was phenomenally good for Everton on the day. He was always getting to balls before West Ham players could. And really led that defence. The young lad, brilliant. I can't speak highly enough of him. Kudus went down from a Tarkowski tackle. It caused a ruckus, and it appeared that the player kicked Kudus. I don't know what actually happened there. But Everton tested the back line a little bit, and the chances were off target. Just a very boring, sluggish game from us, and it just became a very big habit. The word boring will be used repeatedly because that's how it was. Nothing enthralled me. Nothing convinced me that we would score. James Ward-Prowse needed to get his head up and actually make more of the ball when he had it. I can't lie, he had an alright first half statistically. He had a 93% passing accuracy. Can't lie, he was good in that sense. But he wasn't making it happen. 1-0 came to Everton in that second half. The person who assisted it was Jack Harrison, a guy who scored a hat-trick against us at the London Stadium while he was playing for Leeds. Dominic ACL Lewin. I shouldn't call him even DCL. It's more like DCL, Dackle. No, Dackle and Hyde. His 50th Premier League goal. Decent finish. And change between Harrison and Calvert-Lewin. And Everton scored. What was Antonio doing in all that time? He kind of gave the ball off. I'm done with the bloke. He goes on podcasts and slags off strikers and jokes about McCallum Wilson. Put your banter aside if you put us on that. And if you actually put in as much effort as you do into that frigging podcast, you'd be a way better player than you are right now, mate. And we wouldn't keep having to have this conversation of West Ham needs to sign a striker. West Ham needs to sign another forward. Because that's going to be a priority in January, by the way. And a point's going to have to be made later on about that in this video. When Benrahma came on for Antonio, it was a good sub. And it came on like 53 minutes. And I was thinking, Jesus Christ, Moyes, are you feeling all right in the head, mate? Are you okay up there, pal? Because that's not like you to do that at 1-0 down. Reactionary sub, one could say, but he had to make the change. And even when Benrahma came on, he just looks like twice the size he was when he first signed for us. Fat. Lazy. Sluggish. Man's Algerian Aidan McGeady all over again. Bin him off in January. You know what I'm saying? It's that Christmas tree in January. Bin him off. Don't put him on the fire and chop him up for firewood. I don't condone torturing people. We're not about that. But bloody hell, man. The guy's shit. No meaning to the play from us. No intent. Alvarez and James Ward-Prowse just let balls come through the middle so easily. It's like, El Brook let balls come through so easily. That kind of thing. Alvarez and Ward-Prowse just were awful in this game. They started off the season so well as well. James Ward-Prowse came off and on came Thomas Souček. Maybe it's because we needed the aerial threat. Good sub as well. I'm just going to say this. We all said we're good without Declan Rice. We got these two midfielders in to replace him. Good. But would he have ever let the balls come through the middle easily like that? No, he wouldn't have. Arsenal's got the player who can break up and make things happen for them in the middle. Ings came on for Cresswell. Again, what does this man offer? 125,000 a week? And I keep repeating myself. 125,000 a week for a 31-year-old. Ings didn't do anything. He's the striker that doesn't strike. Alvarez tried to strike from range and just failed miserably. Edson, mate, you cannot do that. You are not a long-range shooter of the ball, so don't try doing something you can't. Let's talk about the defence as well. Again, it's starting to do me head in. Mavropanos in now to play the ball from the back. Zuma's good, can't lie. Cresswell, although he's trying to piss off out of the club, done well. Did what he could. Sofal, probably feel a bit bad for him in a way. We need to think of a replacement right back for the long term, though. Bowen, Kudus, excellent. Kudus wasn't at his absolute best, but he was trying his hardest. It's just not good when he's got other players around him who just want to screw him up the arse. Antonio can't be dropped because he has no competition. Obama's there, but he's going to leave, obviously, because he's not being promised what Moyes wanted, what Moyes said. I'll give you game time, Divine. Where is it then? The Academy of Football, my arse, when we're getting rid of players like him. He'll probably go to Sunderland, won't we? He'll go to Sunderland. Smash it for them. They'll go overseas. It's just not good enough. We've got Arsenal in the League Cup. Then we've got Brentford after that. And Brentford, by the way, we've got no Alvarez or Paqueta because they're suspended. They've reached the yellow card limit. I don't even want to watch the game against Brentford. Going to get absolutely freaking embarrassed. I hope Tim watches this and looks at the form for what it is right now, because if it continues to, he needs to know what to do. Then again, David Moyes took us through a terrible season last season and then won us the Conference League. It always seems to be whenever his job's on the line, he gets the win and saves his arse again. That's probably going to be one of the worst things, really, for him to do. I'll always respect David Moyes, but can he take us there in the long term? No. Is he the manager right now? Yes. Should we respect him? Yes. It's just like, I've never seen fans hate on a manager so much. Avram Grant probably didn't get this much hate, and he was horrendously terrible. Is he statistically our worst ever boss? Right. Yeah. He is. Just, we don't play anything to convince me that we're good enough right now. No style, no identity, no meaning. It's like the three monkeys, but the bad ones. Where do we go from this? I don't know. But I hope we don't start losing games all the time. Otherwise, it's going to be another hard season. And I really don't want that at all.